What's up, people? We sound good, we sound nice. It is another time for more answers, for more knowledge, and more demons. Of course. Welcome back to the playthrough. It's a vocation dedication time for the nation. Today we're doing quest 665. That is the one where we do the ritual. Wait, was that 666 or 665? Oh my god, wait, I'm doing the devil's quest? Either way, what we're getting done here is the ritual to become a true demon swordsman. And also, we're gonna fight Wyman to discover the truth behind what happened, which I kind of told you guys last time. You know, I kind of told you guys last time what was going on with Dude, my guy, my fellow, and in his crazy life of betrayal, of lies, of deception. Because, you know, when you live this demon swordsman life, of course you hold a lot of darkness. You hold a lot of darkness in your dark past. But today, as you can see by the title, we're talking about something that may surprise you, may impress you, or you may already know. Who knows? You have pulled this randomly rare YouTube pool, so I'm guessing you're already pretty freaking wise to be able to make it here. Either that or your algorithm is wise. But either way, I congratulate you, my friend. Go out, drop a sub if you're already liking it. Go out, drop a like if you're already subbing it. That made more sense in my head. But anyways, what we do here is go... No, I'm just kidding. What we do here is we do the story, we do the gameplay explanation for what we're doing on the quest, then we do the story spoilers, and then I get into what the actual title is getting into and whatnot for my podcast topics for you guys. But I am a master gapper. So I do this so that you guys can just sort of casually put this on in the background, second monitor type shit, and just let the playlist run. And as we run through this, I will say that this is probably one of my favorite quest lines, or just quests in general, because I really like the cutscenes and, you know, the big old twist of everything here. So, without further ado, let's get into this. There's two parts to this quest. First of all, we need to get the Purgatory Saber for our what do you call it? Ritual to become a true demon swordsman. And to do this, we need to help out this cuckoo called Villa and get their demonic energy back. So we do the cry emote for him or her. I don't really know. We do the cry in front of them to get the demon tears, and then they'll tell us where to go to, or they give us a sword and they'll tell us where to go to activate the ritual. So, you know, of course we have to do a couple of tears. Don't worry. Static Tokyo doesn't cry all the time, but, you know, when he does, when he does it to the fullest and best extent that he can. So he uses your tears, lends them to the blade, you know, gives them all the power of the sword, and then we take this sword to, it's a cave in, of course it's in Lindaria, because that's where this whole quest takes place, right? I believe it's Zedra Cave, or something of that nature, crystals are, and then we get another cutscene, and then after that cutscene, we travel to another location in Lindaria. I believe it's one of the Riverwell highways. And you have to kind of go off the beaten path for this one. It is in the bottom of a well, in a crazy boss area, and then we fight the boss, and that's about it. And then story-wise, over at, well, you saw basically what we did there with good old Villa, right? That was the first part of the story where they need the tears. Over here, where we go to Zedra Cave, Agatha actually meets us there as his sister, and she sort of warns him, you know, a little bit about, you know, what might happen when he sees Wyman. You know, it's just sort of give him a little, hey man, don't go crazy. You control your demon power. And she's still very worried about him. And then we go fight Wyman. And in the story, this is where he gives us the spoilers. If you don't want the spoilers, this is your chance to skip ahead. Back when I was making these videos early on, I was really good about putting chapters in the videos. I'll get back to that eventually. But right now, I'm just kind of in the thick of it, you know, just cranking them out, just jerking them out. So I'm gonna be honest, I got off of that. It was honestly, it was really easy to do because I would listen to them at work. And then obviously, I can't edit or anything, so I just, I would do the chapters at work. But now that I don't have to go to work because I have no job, wow, how times changed. So because I have no job, I'm kind of just working on different stuff. Like I said, we do have the Patreon out now. I've mentioned that on a couple of other parts, but it's in the about. I'm probably going to put it in the descriptions as well. But I'm just releasing music on there. I don't know how long Patreon will allow me to do that, or if the Nintendo Ninjas will get me. We'll find out, guys. But, it's not like I'm doing huge advertising for it anywhere else because I actually want a loyal fan base, strangely enough. I don't want to grow fast. Growing fast is like the worst thing ever. And by the way, mentioning that, we have grown stupidly fast since I started streaming. I believe, like, my first stream got me a shitload of subscribers, so I appreciate all you guys stopping by. We will be doing more lives. I think I've pretty much finished all of my test streams, so I know what the fuck to do to make it look presentable, which is very nice, very nice. So if you want to join me, most of the time, if you're in America, I will be going in the morning, because I've noticed just in my, natural streaming atmosphere, nobody streams in the morning in America. I don't know why. But I wake up at 4 a.m. I can't stop waking up at 4 a.m. So yeah, I tend to sleep very little amount though. I usually go to bed at like midnight or so. Lately though, we've been having fun with certain VTubers. I like to watch Lifu VT at night, and she usually rolls me off to sleep pretty easily. Other streamers, Frost goes a little bit later into the night, so that's easier to fall asleep to as well. But yeah, I can't sleep just off rip with no sound. I need white noise because this brain doesn't stop. You've probably noticed by the fact that I have not stopped talking through this whole part, and I just keep fucking going. But we're on tons and tons of tangents. This is our ritual, and in the story spoilers, Agatha gives us the whole story spoiler bullshit of, the fact that we're getting infested with darkness energy, from all of the haters, all the people who, are disgusted with our growth, with what we've turned into. But yeah, getting back to what I was actually talking about with the story spoilers. Essentially, we learn from Wyman that it wasn't him that killed his parents, but it was indeed Diesel in the first place. So, because of that, he exiles himself, and then in the next quest, we have to beat the shit out of him to sort of get him to come back to, I don't know, regular demon swordsman, whatever the fuck that it's supposed to be. But essentially, guys, what I wanted to discuss here is this whole revenge thing that everybody thinks is so awesome and such a noble concept. Whenever your ex cheats on you, whenever your boss fires you, blah blah blah, you gotta get revenge. Nah, man. Nah, fam. If you want revenge, then you're already weak. You're already not where you need to be strength-wise. If you even want that, what you should want is to completely obliterate them from your mind, from your psyche, from your life even, because they don't deserve to be there. Forgiveness is for you, revenge is completely for them. That's still giving them energy. And of course, there he goes, just suffering and relenting all of his energy straight to Wyman. So, Historic Well is where we're going here, in the highway south. Indeed. But it's essentially not something that people who are of mental clarity and sound mind have. And I'll get into why. Because revenge in general, it's like attaching your morals and your actions to someone else's reflection, Nobody put the revenge in your soul, God didn't do that. It was all from someone else's actions. It's just like when you see these crazy women on TikTok complaining about Trump and taking Tylenol. It's like, that's some stupid revenge. Revenge puts you in a crazy place because it's like a whole heart in your body that you did not put there. It makes you act like a completely different person. Because you realize, guys, if anybody else said it, if anybody else said that crazy shit about the Tylenol, and they said it in a different way too, because they're a different person, they would obviously say it in a different way. They obviously would say it not like an asshole, because, Trump just likes to talk like an asshole. I don't think he actually is an asshole. I think he just likes to talk on stage like he is an asshole. you know? And I don't even think him being an asshole means he doesn't want the best for America. I think he just likes talking like an asshole. He's the content president, right? So if anybody else said this Tylenol shit, like, hey man, you know, Tylenol probably causes autism, so maybe you shouldn't take it during pregnancy. You know, we've been doing a lot of research, so now it's really corroborated. You know, this is really solid evidence. So just be wary of taking that while pregnant. You know, just do your thing. Of course, you can take a little bit. You know, take enough to suffice yourself, but don't just, you know, keep popping the pills. I know it hurts. I know the pain is terrible, but you know, there are other pain medications to take that don't necessarily cause this. You could go for maybe an behind the counter instead of, you know, just buying an over counter thing. Talk to your doctor. If he said it like that, instead of being like, we've solved autism, a thing of the past, all pregnant women, stop taking Tylenol, don't take Tylenol, you fucking retard, don't be a fucking idiot. And so that revenge from Trump making fun of you pregnant ladies and all the autistic kids, which, I mean, we're autistic, so we don't really care. I honestly, I see people make fun of autistic people, and I'm like, I don't know why you guys should care. It's like just a thing that you are. Who do we really care? Do we really care? And on top of that, a lot of people are like, oh mom, did you take Tylenol when I was a kid? Did you? Oh my gosh, I need to. Why do you care? Why do you care? You're here. You're alive. We're all struggling, so the autism has nothing to do with it. The autism has nothing to do with the struggles of life, I'll tell you that. You know, we just started off at different parameters, you know, but if you just focus on the tism, then it's not even the tism, it's just your focus on the tism. It's just like if you're focusing on the fact that you're black, white, this color, that color, you're fat, you're thin, whatever you focus on will become your problem. And that's what revenge is. It's just gonna have you focus on the other person, so they become your problem. And you know what the slippery road that leads to. Eventually you're just gonna have to eradicate them in real life, but you can just do it in the mind. I'm gonna take you all the way back to episode 1 in the prologue. Go back to those 10 things, guys. One of the most important things, the inner shapes the outer. Excuse me. So if your inner is focused on some other bullshit that you personally really can't control, some past shit that you personally can't change, if it's focused on anything except for the actions in front of you, it will go badly. And revenge causes you to just keep reliving those stupid moments in the back there, which is why I'm like, forgive, keep taking action, let the hate fuel you. I'm not saying you don't have to hate them. Or I'm not saying you don't have to not hate them. I can fully and wholeheartedly decide that I don't want nothing to do with an individual, yet forgive them, and yet have no desire to think about it. No desire to have their name roll off my tongue. Now, just because of the person I am, the neurosis will come, and I will think about them. That's just how thoughts are, man. You have to think of them like a river flowing of just time and brevity, and those are your thoughts, right? But a lot of people have this analogy of the river, and they only take it there. You have to take it a step farther. Your thoughts are indeed the river. The water's flowing through, it's got those crevices because it always goes down the same line. You know, we are creatures of habit. But you are not the water. You are not the river bank. You are indeed the random spirit, the random watchful eyes looking at the river. You have to notice that, right? So of course we have these thoughts, but they're not us. We're just viewing them. We're just seeing what's happening. You can have tons and tons and tons and tons of thoughts of revenge. And the problem with that is that you're not taking action on anything else. If you had all these thoughts of revenge, but you had a schedule, you had an idea of what you wanted to do, you had a thing of what you wanted to create, I'm gonna work out at this time, I'm gonna do this at this time, I'm gonna talk to this person at this time, I'm gonna write this at this time. If you had all that laid out, and you were just taking consistent and measured actions, you would not have time to hate. You would not have time to reflect on all that bullshit that happened. And you know, of course, me being the person I am, I'm always thinking about the next move, about the next thing that I'm doing in order to cease those thoughts. And it's not a foolproof plan. I still neurosis over it. I still can't stop thinking about my last muse. Now, does that mean I have to go text her every day? No. Does that mean I even text her one day? No. Because I know that's a past thing. And if I don't move forward, it's just going to feel worse. If I don't constantly take consecutive and consistent actions, it's going to feel worse. And you know, once I quieted everything down and just listen to myself, aka God, just listen to that tiny little voice, that tiny little intuition, It just said, hey, buddy, don't worry about it. Do what you do during your break, but just, you know, slowly show it to the people. And hopefully you'll find a way to show it that's understandable, that's palatable, you know, that you can show to all the normies, and they'll get it too. You know, that's the hope. Because although I notice I have something, I notice that it's just not fully digestible sometimes. And noticing that brings me to the conclusion that we don't need all the publicity. We don't need all the crazy, you know, ads and to be in the paper and to be all the fame. You know, I don't need that. I just need to get better, and the people will come. And because I'm slowly getting better consistently, it builds a loyal fan base. So once again, we're doing multiple thank yous in this episode, guys. I really do want to thank the recent subscribers. You guys brought me up to 50. Now we can live stream, and I really don't need any more. So I might even stop putting the subscribe at the end of the videos. I'm not even joking, guys. Maybe not at the end of every video, but it's just no longer necessary to me. I don't care about that. We have all the functionalities we need. We have all the love that we need. You know, and I don't want to go over capacity. I'm not valuing anything else but loyalty for this fan base, because I'm deciding to tell my story here, and I want you guys to be respectful of it. Just like I'm going to respect your stories, just like I'm going to respect your requests, you know, how you feel talking to me. I want this to be not a safe space, but a truth space. And sometimes the truth hurts. So when I hurt you, I want you to be kind to me. And when you hurt me, I will be kind to you, for sure. Because I know you guys are gonna hurt me. People will unsub. People will leave rude comments. People will start hating. You know? But I'm ready for that. It's not like I haven't felt hate all my life and delivered love instead. And you know where that gets you in real life? Getting hate and delivering love? You get walked over. You get ignored. You get used. You get betrayed. And I always thought, like, man, I guess I just have to start being an asshole. I guess I just have to start being rude. And you don't. You really don't. You never have to. You just have to shut up. Be silent. Nobody cares about your woes, especially if you're a guy. Now, if you're a girl, this is probably not the right thing to do. You should probably tell people about your woes. You know? I don't know. I don't even know if that really helps, honestly. I'm not, like I said, I'm not in the female experience. I'm not there. I don't want to be there. I like being a guy. But, you know, I just have to recognize and realize that, you know, it's just not all gumdrops and rainbows over here on the male side. There's a specific way to do this. And I do like the learning process of going the slow way and learning the specific way to excel. But I gotta realize, one of the main things that traps a lot of us is that vengeance. Because the hate and the anger is like a huge fuel point for everybody, you know? But you can't lend that towards a specific person, a specific revenge. Like, if there's anyone you should hate, it's yourself. And the government. But mostly yourself. Because that's the only thing that's truly gonna drive you forward. Like, sure, you can hate the government, but that's not really gonna drive you forward. Hate in itself is a fuel, but directed hate is where we get into a little bit of a kerfuffle, because I feel like there aren't many people that deserve your time like that. It's a dog-eat-dog world, and you're gonna give all your hate energy, which is powerful energy, which is super powerful energy, you're gonna give all that to someone else? Hello, this is why we're all below and down and low energy, low vibration individuals. Because, you know, we're all giving it to the poisonous Wyman. Wyman doesn't do good things with your hate. He does not do good things with your hate. He eats it, he develops it, you know, and he just shits it out. He shits out bullshit. You know, he's like, oh, look at my slop. Look at my slop. Look at my slop. He does not do good things with the hate. And you have to realize who is alcheming my hate in a good way. And usually it's no one. Usually you are the only one who can do that. And it's not going to even come out as hate. It's probably not even going to come out as love. It's just going to come out as work, as grind, as movement towards a goal. And you don't really know what that goal is going to look like at the end. But I'll tell you, the person that you're looking for revenge for doesn't know either, and they do not care. And that's, crazy enough, the greatest revenge for them, you know? Is if you just give up your hate, you put down the damn sword, and you pick up your hammer and your chisel, and you start creating a better world for you that has nothing to do with them. that has zero things to do with the past, zero things to do with, you know, the anguish that you feel in the moment, but has everything to do with the vision you see for yourself. Because I know everybody here who hates their life, they can picture a life that they don't hate. I know I can. And it's not too different from what I'm doing right now. You know, it's basically the same as what I'm doing right now, except there's no financial strain, you know, of crazily amounts of anxiety coming from the fact that I will eventually run out of savings. And I still don't have a job, and I still don't want a job. I still disgusted with the idea of working under a creature that cares not for my respect or my well-being or for just their word. Man, so many bosses I've had, they're like, oh yeah, I'll keep my word. I'm a word keeper. And then eventually it's the death of 1,000 cuts. You know, they lie to me once and I'm just like, that's fine. And then they lie to me twice and I'm just fine. And then suddenly it just becomes a bunch of lies of omission that they just don't tell me shit. And I'm just like, totally fine. And I just accept it. And that's the thing, guys. You don't have to take revenge over these lies. You don't have to. You can just shut up and move forward. Take those lies as lessons for yourself, not for him. You don't need to teach him shit. You don't need to teach them shit. You don't need to teach her shit. Because honestly, they'll learn. Silence is the craziest teacher. Oftentimes, and this is why I really hate guidelines and gurus and self-help books and all this bullshit. Oftentimes, you know what the fuck you need to do. You already know. Nobody needs to tell you. You just need to shut up all the other bullshit voices that are not your conscience, that are not God, that are not, you know, the Holy Spirit within you. You need to shut all that other shit up and listen to it. You know, it's not going to tell you to go get revenge. That is not what that shit's going to tell you. But if you literally just cut out all your friends, all your family, all the... Oh my goodness, I need to get out of the... I love the damn zoom animation. That's so funny. Yeah, you can't zoom through the well. It's also probably because there's a whole cave above the well that I didn't realize was there. Okay, I'm funny. But yeah, your conscience will not probably tell you anything to do with that other person. It's probably just going to tell you, hey man, remember that other thing you like doing? Why don't you do a little bit of that? And it will not give you guidelines. It will not give you specific things to do. But you know what? Be thankful. Be thankful that it's something so simple as I just want to cook this thing to eat it. You know, it's something so simple as I want to play this game to get better at it and have fun with my friends. Something so simple. But, you know, the less you know, the better. And the less you focus on this crazy conception of revenge and how to get back. And there is no getting even. You know, the life is just unfair, man. Life is just unfair, and most of it is lived in the mind. So why don't you make your mind have a foundation of peace, of love, of gratitude? You know, have that be the literal groundwork of the brain. And balance that with the darkness that's going to come in. Because damn near, man, whenever you try to do shit for yourself, the darkness will certainly come. You don't have to manifest it for it to jump in your ass and in your butthole and in your mouth and in your armpits. The evil will come, right? So don't focus on it, man. Have your foundation be peace. Have your foundation be love, and it's gonna feel weird. And what I do is to not avoid the hate, to truly feel it. During the day, I'm cool with myself. I'm like, whatever happens, oh man, this sucked. This was ass. I hate this person, whatever. But when I go to bed, when I complete the quest, when I clear the objective, everything has got to be reframed into gratitude, into love. And that's just how I work. It feels weird. It feels awkward. But take this advice, my friend, and you will grow. Or you'll cry a lot. Either way, subscribe or not. Whatever you want to do, guys. Drop a like. Hope you learn something. I try to teach. I try to learn. I try to grow. Next time we grind will be the last demon quest. I'll see you then.